have the capacity. They truly have the skills and the experience and the moxie to know they've got to. Plus, the budget times just absolutely require it. I checked with the budget's office today, and as of today, our city deficit is $461 million. You know, and people look at the citywide budget. I'm not sure what it is. It's around $7.5 billion, I think. But only about 1.5 billion is discretionary in that they can touch it. The rest of them they're legally required of that budget. They're legally required to divvy up to the fire department or the libraries or parks or these other groups. So you're talking about a budget that they can lay hands on of $1.5 billion, and you take a third of that away after 7 years, I believe, of budget cuts and jockeying around. It's sad. I went to committee meetings this week and the Board of Supervisors, and these poor people who come up, public comment, and say, we know the money is hard to come by, but you need to know how this is going to really hurt these people from this particular group that we spend. And they're calling for a Bielsen hearing, which they should have, which is a legally required hearing if you're going to touch, I believe, low-income programs. But I don't think that those people get it. I don't think the stakeholders or even the citizens get it, that everybody says, yeah, we agree. It is terrible.
But where is the money going to come
there's
from? Yeah.
No money. There is no money. And the state is going to make it much worse. We don't know what that's going to be by them cutting back too. The economic times are, I just see it. We've expanded to cover a lot of high-income people. So I've been around a lot of those groups with philanthropists and billionaires and big-moneyed people. And one billionaire in particular lost tens of $millions in paper, and as of 4 months ago, and at the time all these people were thinking, oh, this is terrible, but by summer it'll be better.
Oh, no.
Well, they don't get it either. I mean,
we haven't seen the worst of it.
And those people, we've got 81% hike in foreclosures in the country. It's just a really, really awful time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the mayor. Now, you've been around to watch him on the Board of Supervisors.
Yes.
And his ascent into being mayor and his hopes for where he wants to go. How has he changed through all those years, or has he?
Well, I watched him when he first came on. He was a very young man. I think he was 29.
Wow, 29 years old.
When he was appointed by Willie Brown. And I didn't take him all that seriously. He's deadly cute, and I look at. But,
I love that, deadly cute. Well, he's deadly cute.
But he still hadn't found his own voice. I don't think he was his own man yet. He was. When he'd talk, he'd be piecing together other people's material. He'd blush easily, look down at his shoes. Well, that passed after, I don't know, I think I noticed it after the Gonzales campaign failed. And I really thought that he'd gotten to that point of to thine own self be true. It took me a long time to get it, and I thought, well, way to go for anybody who gets it earlier. He's created 3 world stage issues. I mean, Willie Brown rose to being a California great a long time ago. But I can't think of any other mayor that's done 3 world-class issues. Well, let's say 2.5. It did marriage equality, homelessness, and we're the leading city for greening. Now, he didn't create that, so I'm only going to give him half a world stage, but we're still the leaders, and that's because largely of his doing. So, in the beginning, I thought of his second term, I thought, well, his Project Connect was really working, and people were thrilled to be able that they could matter and get in and volunteer, and was going to be doing good stuff. And I'm no longer a fan of his because the streets are vile and murderous.
Yes. Two concerns, the violence that we have in our area. I have two daughters. Last Christmas I bought them a really great sweatshirt. It was red. Each one of them said, I'm not going to wear that. And I said, what do you mean you're not going to wear it? She goes, I ride the mission all the time. She goes, what, do you want me to get shot? And I looked at her, and she wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
And that's scary to me as a born and raised San Franciscan. Yeah. I don't want to have to worry about my daughter wearing a certain color. She's Latino. And going through the mission and being shot. How ridiculous is that? In our city. The crime is out of control, and I don't understand why. You know, we're now getting a new police chief. You know, is this going to be resolved, and is there something going to be done about this?
Well, what was it, 2 years, 2005, 2006, the whole political body, the mayor and Ross Mercarimi and all the electeds got together to say that they were really going to work together to create community policing, yeah, which would be coupled with you know, stop the behavior, instant get into whatever services that you need to develop the skills to be a productive person. And hadn't happened. It has not come together.
Stop the behavior in community policing. When people are scared to turn in what they've seen, you don't have a lead, you're not allowed to solve it. How is that going to be resolved? Because people are scared in their own neighborhoods.
Well, they went for a while. Of course, the San Francisco courts, I mean, we've got elected and appointed very progressive judges for the most part, and those programs work for the people who stick in them, but there aren't enough programs. For a while, they kind of got around the problem of leniency of the courts by filing charges in federal court. Federal courts have enormous power. You know, they don't take any of the niceties that people argue with. And sentences about 3 years long. That scared a lot of people on the sad side of the law. And that helped for a while. I don't see much of that. What else was I going to say? Oh, and I'm really don't like Gavin running for, if I may, Gavin, even though you're deadly cute.
Once again, deadly cute. Deadly cute. Okay.
No, I don't have a crush on him. People keep throwing that at me, but I don't. Running for governor, I mean, you know, you're taking this moderate position and letting consensus try to correct the street problems and do everything else. When it's going to take a real leader, you're going to need a strong police presence, and it happens. Now the district captains have such wide latitude in each of the districts. In the Tenderloin, things are getting better because we've got a chief or a captain who's been there now for 2 years who does what he calls just ordinary police work.
And he's been getting really good reviews,
He's been getting great reviews. But so the combination of him taking his own personal political hopes and walking away from the city when we have such problems just leaves me cold towards the man.
Well, and my last question to you, Pat, if you had a magic wand, which would go amazing with your outfit. Well, you do have a magic wand. What would you do? What does this city need now? I mean, what is your magic wand, your wish for our city?
Just one wish?
Just one wish. You only get one. I'm not a genie.
Well, the money, of course.
Okay.
You know, they'd have to really fix things, they'd need to declare a citywide state of emergency and break the set aside so that they could have the full $7.5 billion to move around. Do first-class programs, do first-class police work, and everybody get their chuckles where they can.
I like that. Get your chuckles where you can. You think the police chief's going to come from inside, or are they going to come from outside?
If Gavin, I think Gavin will get somebody from the inside because he wants the police officers union. I'm afraid it'll be Lynch. It'll be another bland go along.
Well, we shall see. I have so many more questions, Pat, you know, and you look so great. I wish I could keep you on for another half an hour. Will you come back?
Black and white.
Well, thank you very much. You're almost like on a prom date. So we should go have a drink after this. Great. Thank you very much for joining us here on SF Live TV. My name is Christina Marie Flores. And again, thank you, Pat Murphy. Please check out the SF Sentinel. Good night and have a good evening.